I'm sort of not nervous. No, obviously a bit of a different show tonight because it's obviously my party, which is obviously a little bit different to what I usually do, and I actually can't wait to get on stage tonight.
2-2, anything out there? 2-2.
Maybe for a minute or two before I go out, but all the nerves are gone the moment I go on stage. It's literally like that. So it's such a relief when it goes. I get a bit churned up beforehand, and then you walk on and it just goes. Because you just think, well, there's no point in being nervous now. You've just got to sing and get on with it.
Well, I'm a singer, predominantly. For the last 15 years, I've been touring a Gary Barlow tribute show, and it's been amazing, absolutely amazing. And it means that it's given me the opportunity to do something I've always wanted to do, and that's to be a performer on stage. Yeah, I've never done anything like this, and I have lost my identity completely. But when I go on stage, a lot of people don't go, "Oh, that's Dan doing it." That's a lot of people haven't seen me before. Go, "Oh, that's somebody playing a part." But that's what I'm doing. I'm playing a part of somebody else in my everyday life. You could say, well, that's like any actor doing that. But because I'm not famous, people don't know me. They just see this person coming on the stage and doing this role of Gary Barlow. And even when they do get to know me, and they may have seen me a few times, they still go, "Oh, it's Dan doing Gary." And you still hear the people go, "Hey, Gary," because they don't know what else to do. They feel uncomfortable, I think, with what to call me, because they don't want to call me Dan, because they're still in that moment of, "I've come to see Gary Barlow." But why would he call me Gary? Because I'm not Gary.
There is a kind of game of belief happening there. So the audiences know that this is a tribute act, an impersonator, they're not fooled, and yet for a small window of time they kind of suspend that disbelief and act in this kind of bubble as though this is a kind of real encounter. However, a good tribute act will acknowledge that that's what's happening. So they break that fourth wall. They reference their own kind of taking on of a role that's not their own. So there is a lot of pleasure to be had actually in simultaneously pretending that you believe that this is, for example, Gary Barlow, and also at the same time absolutely recognising that it is us.
In terms of identity, you know, even when I'm out and about and shopping in town, you know, people know me and what I do. I say I'm not famous, I'm not nationally famous. I think locally I have a degree of notoriety, people know me. And I find that a really strange thing that people assume they know me because they see me on a poster or they see me on stage or a little bit on Facebook. I feature a lot in their feeds, and they don't know me. Identity has been really skewed over the years. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect that to happen. But yeah, I guess I'm playing somebody else on stage and I've become somebody else off stage. It's slightly odd. I don't like tribute acts. I don't like being a tribute act. because I still maintain that default position. Jesus Christ. Why can't you do something original? And I feel that about myself. I think because I feel about myself, I find it easier to feel about other tribute acts. Because I think the mistake that 99% of tribute acts make is that they try too hard to be like the person they're doing the tribute to. So when they walk on stage, they become or try to become that person. And I just go, God. And I think it's better to bring as much of your own personality into that room.
So pastiche historically has been considered to be a kind of what you might call like a lowly part of the arts, because essentially it is based on repetition. It's not based on individual creativity. It's based on basically taking somebody else's creativity and remaking it as your own. However, some scholars have tried to reclaim pastiche, and particularly in the kind of postmodern era, there is a feeling that pastiche is itself a kind of legitimate form of cultural production, because essentially what you're doing is taking elements of other people's art and then remaking and then reshaping them, making them your own.
That's right. You're not parodying, you're not imitating. You're pastiching them, and I think that's the way to see it. You know, we're all imitating, we're all pastiching somebody, but that's how we evolve. And you know, it's taking something and making it not necessarily better, but interesting and different. And so when I go on stage, I don't try and sing it like he does. But if I can sing and I can do a good performance of that, then maybe the audience can go, I enjoyed that version of it just as much as I would enjoy this version.